Welcome all, thank you for being here. This is a full body yoga routine, which means we're going to be moving through every joint of the body and just getting the blood flowing, as well as the connections of each joint lubricated and loosened up. Not only that, but this routine has emphasis on core activation. So we're going to be moving through simple but yet effective core exercises to help get us fired up and also help enhance the depth of our stretches in between these core movements. So we're going to get started in an easy seat, any comfortable position seated. If it's not comfortable to sit on the floor, then just find a pillow or any elevated prop to help raise your seat up so that you can find good posture. And then we just find a deep breath. Check in with your reason for being here today, for clicking this video, and think of anything you wish to gain from this movement that you're about to embark on. And just thank yourselves for this yoga practice, for being able to move, being able to have the time to do so, and to just simply be able to feel your breath, your life force within you. Always there for you, keeping you steady, keeping you alive, keeping you moving. So nice and easy, we're going to inhale and just extend our arms out to the side. And as we exhale, just roll out the wrists. All right, real simple. Keep your palms facing up, really reaching the fingertips out to each side. And then just turn your head to the left. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths on this side. Just feeling posture, feeling those shoulders activating, lengthening out through the biceps. We'll take one more breath, feeling space in the neck, the shoulder blades. Good. Slowly keep your arms extended and just turn your head to the right. So gently changing the direction. Think chin right over top of the shoulder. Find your breath, feeling a gentle twist, gentle length, nice and steady, shoulders burning a little extra now. Keep reaching out through those fingers. Good, nice and easy. We're gonna gaze back over that left shoulder and start to twist to your left side. So you're going to hook your right hand along your left leg and your left hand behind the body. Use those fingertips to maybe tent and stack yourself up to keep posture. One big breath here. Little gaze over that shoulder. Good, inhale, we come back through to the center, arms out to the sides. Exhale, we're gonna lean to the left side this time. So that left hand comes straight down to the left side. The elbow tucks into the hip. And we just find a nice overhead reach with the right hand. You can gaze down, relaxing the shoulders, or you can gaze up, finding more length for one more breath. Good, nice and slow. Extend those arms back out wide. Inhale. And then exhale, twist to your right side. Letting the hands fall down, trying to ground down the fingers. Help assist your twist. Inhale to sit up tall. And exhale to rotate a little bit deeper. Very good. Inhale, coming back through the middle. Arms out to the side. And exhale, take that lean over to the right. So the right hand comes down. The right elbow tucks into the hip. And the left hand reaches overhead. Nice side stretch. Keeping both hip points on the ground. Right, maybe gaze down. Maybe gaze high. We'll take one more breath. Very good, nice and slow. We'll inhale to come back. And exhale, bring your hands to heart. And just take a gentle bow to self. Remember your intention. Slowly start to sit back up. And just extend both legs out, straight out in front. So hands can come behind the body, fingertips point away. just to adjust the seat as needed, rock side to side. You can play with the ankles, lifting one leg at a time, rolling it out. All right, and then we keep those legs grounded once we have a good base. Point and pull the toes for a moment just to make sure we're never stuck. And then we'll start to walk our hands towards our hips to sit up a little straighter. Option to try to lift your hips off the ground just to adjust even more. Trying to pull the belly in, keep posture to bring hands back to heart. Our staff pose. Just take one more breath to feel that activation. Good. On your next exhale, we're going to fold forward, reaching your hands for your ankles or for your feet. Wiggle the toes, relax the neck. The hands can slide back further if you are struggling to breathe. Keeping the knees relaxed, maybe a little wiggle there. Just take another moment, maybe a little bounce into your stretch, into your fold. Very good. Getting a little deeper with each breath. And then we'll start to sit back up. Hands come behind us again, and we walk the feet out wide one at a time. And just see how that feels, right? Again, you can roll the ankles, you can shake the hips, pivot the hips, the toes. And ultimately, we want to try to get as wide as we can. And just like we did before with our legs together, but this time hands stay behind you, optional to try to lift your hips up. And that can help you just adjust to ground down a little deeper to find stronger roots for your pose. Or you can lift up real high to find a different type of active stretch through those hips and arms and shoulders. And when you're ready, keeping those hips grounded, legs wide, we start to sit the body back up, walk the hands towards the legs, and start to bounce and hinge forward into our fold. And there's no rush to start to reach your hands in front of the body. All right, again, just inhale, sit up tall with the hands in front, chest out, and then exhale, fold. Right, reaching forward or just melting straight down. We're going to take a few more breaths with the wide leg fold. Straddle pose. Option to sway the crown of the head from side to side. Now your hands can stay grounded in front. Or option for 2 big breaths, we walk the hands over to the right foot, for the right ankle, both hands over. And just take a full breath. Gently trying to let gravity take your forehead down to your kneecap. That doesn't mean it will touch, but it might, or it could. Good. Nice and slow. We'll come back through to the center as we inhale. And then exhale, we sway our body over to the left. Reaching both hands down that leg for the ankle or the foot. And then just taking a full breath to relax into that exhale. Forehead down towards the kneecap. Very good. Slowly coming back into the center. Inhale. And then start to walk your hands back and bring your knees together any way that works for you to close the legs. Keep the knees bent, keep your hips on the ground. And just give yourself a little rebound for a second. Give yourself a little hug. We're going to prepare for our first core posture, our first core activation. And what we're going to do is find a boat pose. So we simply try to lean the body back and balance on the tailbone. And again, you can keep your hands kind of in front, a little hug, a little bind in front, or you can bring the hands behind the thighs. Helps keep the chest more open, helps find more balance. If this is difficult, you can keep your feet on the ground. Otherwise, hold them for a moment. See if you can extend your legs once or twice without shrugging your shoulders or rounding your back too much. Very good. We're going to bring our hands out in front to add on. Fingertips pressed together. Remember that your feet can stay on the ground if you need. So we're just holding our high boat pose and trying to pressurize in between the fingertips. Squeeze in the core. We're going to inhale here, chest out. As we exhale, rotate to the left and engage your core, a little rotation. Inhale, we come back to the center. Exhale, we rotate to the right. Right, big squeeze. We're gonna take one more. Inhale to the center. Exhale to rotate. Still pressing in between your fingertips. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, we rotate. Big squeeze. Good, inhale, we come back. Exhale, hands behind us, legs straight. So option to lift those hips, to adjust, shake out the knees. We're gonna walk our fingertips to point backwards. And this time we're gonna keep walking our hands back to stretch our shoulders. So you don't want them too wide. If you're on a mat, you don't wanna be any wider than the width of your mat. And you're just trying to walk your hands back one at a time, real small shifts from side to side until you feel a big stretch in your arms. This looks different for every person. So once you feel your elbows or your shoulder blades or your wrists or your neck, just keep the chin tucked and just breathe into that space. Take one more breath there. Very good. Slowly start to walk back, shifting from side to side. And we're going to find boat pose one more time. Bringing the feet in, adjust the hips, and then balance on the tailbone. Same options with those hands. You can play with option one, which we took last time, little twist to the side at any pace. You can work on just balancing if you're there, of course. Or you can go deeper with me, bringing the hands by your hips, fingers pointing forward, elbows tucked behind the body, and then see if you can extend your legs out and only tap your elbows to the ground, your forearms to the ground. Knees might straighten, they might not straighten all the way, and then we come back up. So these are little jackknife crunches. We're gonna lower back down, just tap your elbows and then squeeze your core in. So nice and smooth, keep moving through these. If you like this option, or you need to push through some challenge, we'll take 5 more for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good, widen the feet. Flip the fingertips to face the sides and a little out behind you to support. A different shoulder opener this time, reverse tabletop. See if you can lift your hips off the ground. Your hands are under your shoulders, so remember you can always drop your hips back down to adjust your feet or your hands. There's no rush to play here and lift those hips high. All right, for now we're gonna keep our chin tucked, gaze forward over the knees, see if you can squeeze the glutes and feel a stretch in the shoulders, the biceps, and then we come back down. All right, optional, one more rep there. Inhale to lift. Option to stay here or exhale, drop your head back over, gazing back overhead. Releasing the neck. One more breath to just surrender. And then exhale, we come back down. Beautiful. We're gonna swing the legs around for tabletop. So finding all fours, hands and knees, toes can tuck, fingertips can widen, and we're just gonna find little shifts forward and backward, making sure everything feels good. Let the body recalibrate here. And we're gonna move right into our next round of core. So if your hands are too far in front of your head or under your face, bring them back more under your chest, a little closer to the knees. Think of a box shape, so a perfect square. Your hands are the top corners of the square and your knees are the bottom corners. So nice strong base there as we tuck our toes. Dip our belly down, gaze forward for our cow pose, arching the back. And then exhale, round the back, tuck the chin like a cat pose. Squeezing the belly. Stay here. Really tuck those toes and see if you can lift your knees up to a bear pose. This is a hovering table. Weight is in the hands and we can shift forward and backward to feel the pressure change in the wrists and in the knees. Trying to keep that tight core, that rounded back like a cat. Option to stay here and just feel that shift, or go back to your cat and cow for more relief, or go further and try to tap one knee at a time with one hand, shifting your weight from side to side. We'll take this for 3, nice and smooth for 2, and for 1. Slowly relax your knees nice and wide, untuck your toes. Your big toes might touch as you shift your hips back to your feet, child's pose. Walk your hands forward and relax your forehead all the way down to the floor. Just take one more big breath here. Very good. Now we're going to find a high plank, a push-up position. So we shift forward back into those wrists. Make sure they're ready to hold you, fingers wide. We tuck the toes and extend the legs back behind us and squeeze the core. Now you can come back to those knee taps by simply walking your knees back under the hips. And we can all try that once or twice, bringing our legs to hover table, bear pose, and then stepping back out to plank without shifting our head forward or backward, just keeping constant weight, straight vertical line with your arms, shoulders stacked over wrists. Good. Option to go further, drop one elbow to the ground and then drop the other elbow to the ground into a low plank. So this is our builder plank, big strong exercise here. We're gonna come back up. Bring left hand back under the shoulder and then press your way up to both hands. Big breath, we come right back down and then we come right back up. Doesn't really matter which side you just did because now we're gonna switch. Coming back down and coming right back up. Right hand this time, back under the chest, push yourself up. We'll take one more. Working through or just holding plank or your hover table, big breath. Good, we slowly rest the knees back for child's pose. Sink the hips down. This time we're gonna bring our hands back around behind us, like you're trying to grab your feet, and relax your forehead right on the ground. So we'll take another moment to catch our breath, to just observe all the sensations you may have felt or currently feel now. Let the shoulders fully relax, the neck. Very good. Moving into our peak posture, funky three-legged dog, to finish building up some heat today. We're going to inhale, come forward for plank, and then exhale, find your downward facing dog. Beautiful. Give those hips a little shake. Pedal out your dog. Open up your calves, your hamstrings. Trying to push through your upper back, pushing your chest towards your thighs. Letting the knees bend as much as you need to lock out those shoulders and relax your neck. Right, option to keep pedaling out your dog or find that funky three-leg dog. We're gonna lift our right leg high and notice naturally our left elbow can drop right to the ground. And we bend the right elbow a little bit to support us. And then bend the knee above you. See if you can start to stack your weight into that left forearm by spiking your heel on the ground, pressing over to your tippy toes. Take a big breath there. Exhale, we come back down with our foot and press back up to straight arms, downward facing dog. Beautiful. We just got what last side to do. Nice bend in the knee, shake it out, recalibrate. And then inhale, lift your left leg high. And then once it gets all the way up, splitting those legs apart, the right elbow can naturally fall down smoothly. Bend the top knee. Shift your weight over your arms by spiking your bottom ankle. Feel the pose. Relax the neck and breathe. And slowly we'll bring our foot back down and press back up to our hands. So we warmed up with that builder plank just before. Hopefully you felt that connection. Pedal out those legs one more time. And then slowly tiptoe or hop your feet to land nice and wide at the top or at the center of your mat. See if you can sink those hips down all the way for a yogi squat, malasana squat. So just take a few moments to breathe. Try to keep your knees real wide as you get your hips low. It's okay to have a little round in the back, and it's also okay to have your heels up off the ground. But take a few moments to really find the natural groove of your body, where you're kind of folded all in on yourself like a slinky. Our ancestors used to eat meals like this around the campfire. So it's one of our most basic human functions to fold in on itself. So just see how easy or challenging it may be for you. Release any judgment and just be there for a few more breaths. Roll out the wrists, relax the neck. Very good. We're going to slowly bring our hands down and lift our hips up for forward fold. Now we can pedal the legs out here and then start to heel toe your feet closer together. We're going to take a big inhale to flatten our back, hands come to the shins, halfway lift. Think of a deadlift, or just puff out the chest, and then exhale, fold back down. Good. We're going to lean our weight into our hands, cross our ankles, and try to make your way back down to a seat. Beautiful. Take a big breath to sit up tall, and exhale. Find some relaxation. Just let something go here. Scooching forward if needed, and arriving to your back, hugging both knees to the chest. Right, and we're just going to massage the low back here from rocking our legs side to side. And then we're just going to keep our right leg in, nice little hug. Left leg extends out long, and with control, lay that leg down nice and straight. Give the ankles a little movement, crack the toes, shake out the hip. And when you're ready, a nice, easy supine twist. Take that right leg across to the left and open up. So your right arm is going to stay out to the right side as we pull that right leg across to the left. Letting the hips stack, letting the body twist, rotate. Take a full breath here. And then nice and slow, we come back in. And as we come back in, we're going to hook our right ankle on our left knee as we bend that left foot back in towards the hips. So this is our figure 4 stretch. You might feel it in the hip right away. You can just press the knee forward with your own hand, or simply with the hips, the muscles in the core. And then option to grab this whole shape and pull it in tight, lifting both feet off the ground and trying to take a little bind between that little hole you created in that figure 4 shape. You can wrap your hands behind your knee, interlacing fingers, or around your shin to go a little deeper. You can always lift your head to make this easier too. But when you're ready, lay your head back down for a big breath. And then nice and slow, we're going to drop our foot, extend our right leg high, and drop it down with control as we hug our left knee into the chest. Good. Roll out the ankle, wiggle the toes, and shake out your hip. A few little rocks there. When you're ready, find your twist on this side, pulling the leg across, letting the hips stack as your left arm reaches out to the left, keeping you open in the chest and in the heart space. Letting your leg melt down across your body. Nice, easy twist. We'll take 2 more big breaths. Very good. Slowly coming back into the center. Find your figure 4. So hook that left ankle on the right knee, back up the right foot, and then adjust those hips, keeping that bind with that leg. You can press this shape away. You might feel a nice stretch. You might not feel much. And we always have the option to go deeper by lifting both legs towards us and trying to interlace our fingers around that right thigh or around the right shin. Remember, it's okay if your head lifts up, but when you're ready and you have a good grip, try to lay it back down for one more breath. Very good, nice and slow, we come back down. And as we unwind our legs, our feet stay together and we open our knees wide for bound angle butterfly pose. And then we bring our hands behind our head for our final core activation before we completely wind down. So we're in this nice open bound angle, butterfly shape with the legs and the elbows, making a nice little pillow under the base of the skull there, thumbs pointing down towards the neck. You can fly your butterfly by swaying your knees side to side, soaring through the air. Okay, now we're gonna flop our right knee over our left knee, keeping the feet under the base of our hips. On an exhale, lift your head and arms and shoulders off the ground by engaging your core. Nice squeeze in those obliques. Inhale, come back down. Exhale, we come up to squeeze. And inhale, we come back down. Take 3 more. Pulses. 1, 2, 3. Relax. Open the knees wide. Take a moment in between if you need it. And then exhale, flop the left knee over the right, stacking the legs, but keeping the feet under the base of our body. Big exhale, we come up. And crunch straight up. Good, inhale down. Exhale, crunch. Inhale down. Exhale, crunch. 3 more pulse. 1, 2, and 3. Good, relax. Open those legs back up and take any final movements you wish for your practice here today. Option just to hug the knees in tight, kick both feet up to the ceiling, little waterfall, let the legs drain. Or a happy baby, you can open the legs wide and kick and play, reaching your hands up for your ankles or your feet. Okay, nice and slow. We'll come down to lie flat on our backs for just a few moments. Legs out long and straight. Let your head relax. Let your palms face the ceiling by your side or out like a T, or even overhead, little cactus shape, or straight overhead if that feels good for your shoulders, to lengthen, full body stretch. Ultimately, find comfort. Find a sense of peace within a sense of stillness. Remind yourself that everything is perfectly as it should be. And you currently have things in your life that you used to want. Sometimes we get caught up with this pursuit of new things, new endeavors, achieving goals, acquiring more, as this is human nature. But just never forget all the growth that you've accumulated along the way. We'll just take one more full body breath here. If you don't think that breath was deep enough, let's take one more. Beautiful. Nice and slow. We'll roll out the wrists, roll out the ankles as we walk the feet back. You can roll off to your favorite side. And there's no rush to lift your way up to a seat. So just closing out practice in good posture, finding a nice seat, coming back to an intention you may have set in the beginning of your practice. And again, just tell yourself thank you for developing your practice a little bit more. Each time you step on the mat or step on the floor, it is your brain, your own mental universe stepping within your body to reflect and work on the balance within you and in return in your life. I hope to see you again soon. Namaste.